Hey guys, right, welcome to another episode. Right, today, I can't help myself. I've actually got my solar panels there. I've got one in the shed and one here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to plug them in. This is going to be an unedited video, so you're going to see it all work for work, like as I'm doing it. And we're actually going to see how, probably plug in one panel in first and just see what it does to the batteries. So the battery's at 95%, so let's start plugging her up. I've actually never seen this panel before, so I've got another one in the shed there, so we'll open this one first. And that's all taped up, isn't it? All taped up. So this is a 350 watt panel. That's 12 volts. So they've given me that. Maximum 18 volts, open circuit 22, maximum system 1000 volts, mono SI panel. Right here, 131, 71 by 3. There you go. Let's put you back down. Go inside. I'm going to show you the process. Let's put this over here. So I've already got this one hooked up. As you can see, I've already hooked it up, but we've got to turn the system on. What we do is turn the system on, turn it on, and then what we do is we're going to turn the battery to the controller. So that's on now. Right. So you can see it's 95, the reflection, geez, 95.9. Right, so now we're going to plug this in, this here, and you'll see, sorry I'm moving you all over the place. Right, so it thinks it's at night time. Battery's 13.4 volts. So we're going to plug this in now. Remember that's 95.9. Now I don't have a lot of, sorry, it's unedited, which I did say I was going to be unedited. I'm going to plug this in now. Just going to do it like that. Alrighty, so I don't know which one's which. I've got to break the cable. Got to break the cable tie. I know which one's which. So that's positive. Still going to be the same, isn't it? Yeah, is this going to work? Might as well just leave that like that. The negative's the problem. Because I've got one like that, haven't I? What a bugger. Alright, I'm going to cheat a little bit and we're going to put it into that one. For the negative. So the negative, I'm going to cheat. This is just to test it. So that's the negative. And the positive will just run straight to it. Positive's that one. We should have something. Let's go inside and have a look. So we should have that hooked up. So I've just cheated there that little bit. Now I know I've got to get a different adapter for there. Alright, so we'll go inside and have a look. Okay, so what have we got? There's no amps coming in really. Okay, stupid me, has it hooked in here, but I forgot I've got to turn the isolator on. So, it says it's at night time there, so we're just going to turn this on. We should see the panel be on now, hopefully. Right, there you go, there's the panel. There's a panel on it, 17.2 volts. It's not really showing amps. Anyway, we'll see. It's not probably in the best position. It's really got to be in full sun. Although these panels do work in light, so it's not really pumping anything in right now. It's 0.2 of an amp. Alright, so I've actually got the panel out the front. You can see the shadow. I've got the panel out the front up here in the sun. It's actually putting 0.9 amps in it. You can see it's pushing the arrow in. This is only one panel and it's not full sunlight. And usually when this pulsates, when it's charging like it is now, when there's an arrow up, you can see there's an arrow there on the left. That means power's going into it. And when it pulsates, it's charging. So now it's 95.9. And it's constantly putting in, well, it's putting in 1 amp. Which is very slow. If that was putting in 40 amps, that would take 10 minutes to charge that. So to full. So that'll probably take, in this shitty sunlight, that'll probably take 2 hours to get that full. But we don't really use a lot of power, so I'm very curious to see if we can put 2 panels on now. But it's constantly putting 1 amp in. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's constantly putting it in. We'll go out here and I'll show you where it is. So we've got it up there. It's not even in the full sun, as you can see. You can see it's only getting partly some sun. I'd like to put it along there, but I don't want a risk of it falling off. What do you reckon? Do you reckon I should put 2 panels on? I suppose it's just going to be double, isn't it? I really need to get it in full sun. It looks better, doesn't it? Right, you can see full sun. With that, we're putting in 9 point look at that, 9.2 amps. Wow. And you saw that was 96.7 before. Now it's 96.8. Now you gotta remember, we're gonna double that with our panel. Holy shit. I'm actually pretty happy with that. What time is it now? It's 2:09. So I'm going to talk a bit more shit here, and then we'll just see that. That's actually quite impressive. It's putting in 9.9 amps. We're very happy with that in full sun. So that's got potential putting in 18 amps. And this whole Caravan, if you added everything up, it's 2 amps for the telly. The telly is 2 amps. The lights here are 2 amps. And the fans, that one draws an amp, and that one draws 1.5 amps. So you're looking at 4, 5, 6.5. And rest of it's LEDs and whatever. So it's really, the only things going to draw heaps is that TV and the lights. So it's not going to take much to actually charge that up. It's still putting 9 amps in. 96.9 now. It's really putting it in now. That's made a big difference. Just me talking then, it's just put in 0.1 of an amp. So that means if I put 2 panels in there, it's going to be double the amount. So I'm very happy with that. It's just going to pump it in. So when we're on holidays and all the rest of it, while we're on site with the Caravan, I'll keep it charging. But if we actually go on a hike somewhere, I'll probably have to turn it off. But if we know, I can calculate, that's just turned over to 97. It's 97 now. So, and it's still putting out 9 amps. That's actually pretty good, isn't it? Free power. That's putting in 9 amps. 9 amps is actually a lot. It's actually, that'll run that fan. And it's a 200 amp hour battery, so I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, so I will come back at 2:30 now. I'm sorry, I jumped the gun a little bit. I just want to move that panel. So we'll come back at 2:30. That is at 97%. So we've only got 3% to go and it's full. And it probably only took, well, geez, I don't know, probably took nearly an hour. Very happy with that. Alright guys, it's a little bit over 2:30, it's 2:34. And we're looking at 98.5%. And it's still constantly putting in 9.4 amps. So there you go. So 98.6, it's only got 1.4% and it's full. So that was a good little test. Remember at the start of the year it was 95.9. So that was a good little test. Now I know, I've done a dummy test, I'll just make sure I get the right plugs. I won't cut the wrong end off on these. So I've actually got a full one there. There's a male there and a female there, so I'll make sure I cut the right ones off. So this was a dummy one, this one. Anyway, so and that's the two that I'll use. I'll use one of them for negative and another one which is there for positive. So we can hook up the two. Panels. Anyway, that was just a quick dummy test with the solar panels to make sure everything's running spot on. So I'm pretty happy. I have to say, within 2 hours, I had it from 95% to nearly 100%. So I'm pretty happy in 2 hours. So there you go. So the only thing I did forget was the fridge. The fridge does run between 3 and 7 amps. So I'm definitely gonna have to get, this is one panel. One panel's that it's pumping in 9.4. So if I put in 2 panels there, that'll be 18. So I really need to get the two panels in there. So one panel's more or less charging the fridge to keep it running all the time, and the other panel will pump everything else up, and I can just keep an eye on it. And when everything's full, when the battery's actually full, I'll tell here 98.7 now, that's it. We just flick that off and then we're not charging. So anyway, that was a good dummy run test. Anyway, we'll just go out here and we'll finish off the video. I'll just put that away. I need to keep that. So I hope you like that, guys. There you go. So at least I know now. That that panel can put out 9 amps in that sunlight, and it's not even spring yet. Like, it's still winter. I think we got another month or so for winter. Anyway, there you go, guys. Hope you like that. There's a good little dummy run if anyone's interested. That's a 350 watt panel, so I've potentially I have 700 watts, but you can see it doesn't put out full amount. So, and the sun's it's only just over there. It's not in the cloud, but it's putting out enough. There you go. So I don't have any problems. I don't think when we set up the panels later on, I know what I'm in for, so that's good. And I know that I've got to get the right plug, because one side's one and one side's the other. So, you know, the male's one and female's the other, so you can't stuff it up. All right, catch you guys. Hope you like that. All right, it's hit 3:05. We've hit 100%. It's fully charged. And that, see how the battery's all black now? It's actually dropped down to 0.2 because it knows the parameters when it's full now. So there you go. So when we are hiking somewhere, I don't even have to worry about turning it off. I don't have to worry about turning it off because it automatically knows it's putting out 19.1 volts and it automatically drops it to 0.2 amps. So there you go. Alright guys, catch ya. I just want to show you that last bit, 100%. Cheers guys.